But without further ado, it is now 11 o'clock my time, 9 o'clock Pacific, other time zones wherever you are all over the world. So let me
12
introduce
p.m.
our next,
Eastern.
and yes, midnight Eastern. So wherever you are, thank you for tuning in. But for
5
our
a.m.
team, I'm pleased to announce this is the professionals. They are a team out of San Francisco who do a mockumentary style based on performance based on the suggestions the audience provides. And fun fact, they are the only improv team in the country that does contain my former roommates. So, professionals, please join us on stage.
Hello, my name's Ija.
And I'm Don. Hello, Brian.
I'm Geraldine. Hi, Brian.
I'm Matt.
I'm Aaron, and together we are
The Professionals.
Mockumentaries on demand.
And to get us started this wonderful evening, we'd like to ask you, the audience, for some suggestions of a hobby or pastime, something you like doing for fun outside of work. If you feel free to put that in the chat, whichever chat you may be in. We also have a few suggestions from Facebook that we collected over the weeks. We'll be going through some of those as well. If we don't get to you, it's not because we hate you. There are some things that we have done before, and we just try pick new things to keep things fresh.
Cool. So I'm going to start shouting things out from, I see couponing on the chat, couponing, aquariuming, staring at birds.
So some of the ones from the Facebook thing: photography, model trains, leatherworking, modifying Nerf guns, shashiko. If I have no idea what that is.
What do people feel like? Does anything sound to call out to them?
aquarium.
Leatherworking, I heard.
Aquarium. I heard aquariums and leatherworking were interesting.
Yeah, I feel
And then
leatherworking.
modifying Nerf guns.
That was my.
But, given recent events, maybe we should steer away from them.
Yeah. So I heard leather. So leatherworking. I heard.
I'm feeling. I like leatherworking. That's I've never done it, but it seems like seems like one of those old school, old-fashioned crafts where you get to make things with their hands. Really builds character. That's what it feels like to me.
I mean, what do you make besides shoes?
Boots.
Hats.
I guess you make belts. Yeah, belts.
Jackets.
Jackets. Yeah, jackets.
Oh yeah, I guess
I was
there's more stuff than I
envisioning like
thought.
armor, like leather armor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And the more I think about it, can't you literally make every piece of clothing out of leather?
There are some
maybe
people
not
who
some.
do.
I think
Whether
yeah.
or not it's a good idea,
I feel like leather
Undergarments might
socks
be a little
might be a bit
uncomfortable.
sweaty.
Yeah.
You put them on your feet.
Well, I mean, the first
Oh,
thing
yeah,
about
leather sock.
leather is you can't get it wet, right? It's like,
Yeah.
and that seems to be like a fundamental part of like clothing has to be able to get wet. I mean, you don't necessarily want to get it wet, but like clothing may get wet, right?
I think you can get leather wet. You just can't get suede.
What makes suede is just suede is fuzzy leather.
I don't know.
Well, anyway, do
I
we?
certainly wouldn't get any leather thing myself. I wouldn't take the chance.
Okay, well, I mean,
It's one of those things that seem reserved for fashion more than function.
yeah, absolutely. But
Depending.
if you were going into battle, you would want leather.
Yeah, that would be a good function to have.
So I once like people make like not just leather armor, they like make armor out of little circles. I once in college there was a guy who we would go downstairs and watch Babylon 5 every night during the week. And there was this guy for like a year who would always sit by the side and make his like chainmail out of little circles. He would like take these little circles of metal and he would link them together, and like over the period of a year he made chainmail. And the guy
chainmail is very much a prevalent hobby. I have during college dated two girls, both of who were chainmailers, both of who made me chainmail bracelets.
Where did you go to college? At like the FCA Academy? What? Well, anyway,
chain mail, not to be confused with chain letters.
Very true. So I think we have enough. I think we're talking about leather and sounds like related items. Yes.
Leather and
leatherworking.
Leatherworking.
thank you. Someday we're going to get to the end of the biggest, longest chainmail made out of leather you're ever going to see.
Sorry, we're making the bigger one, right?
We're making the biggest leather chainmail vest that has ever been created on the West Coast.
Right. I just wanted to make sure we had our goals in sync, that we're together on this mission. Judy, she sometimes gets distracted by less important things, but I try and keep her focused. We are going to be the biggest bar none leather chainmail in the world. We're going to do that.
Like Robert said, I can't do it alone, unfortunately. So we're going to have the biggest, longest chainmail vest on the West Coast. And maybe we'll make some pretty flowers while we're doing it. It always looks nice to hang a flower or two in the vest.
Judy, no, focus. Leather chainmail. Not there's any leather chainmail, West Coast leather chainmail, right? Very distinct from the East Coast, whatever the hell they do over there. West Coast leather chainmail, traditional, authentic leather chainmail. That's what we're doing. Not flowers, not East Coast leather chainmail. West Coast biggest leather chainmail.
I thought we could make a little wallet as well. Just a small little wallet.
Judy,
so we could put it.
Judy, chainmail, leather, West Coast. 3 things, that's all you need to remember.
Chainmail, leather.
Yes.
West Coast.
Yes. That's it. No, stop talking. That's it. Stop there. Stop. Goodbye.
I'm not sure if that's authentic, Carl and Carrie.
Well, I mean, they said it was authentic leather. It is the biggest one I've ever seen for sure. Probably the biggest on the West Coast. But that would be a lot of leather.
Still ain't as good as our suede.
Yeah.
You see, I just can't see anybody else in the entire country, let alone the West Coast, having more authentic leather than us.
Yeah.
See, Carl, Carrie, and I'm Roger. We are 100% authentic leather workers. We use techniques developed in the Middle Ages and not updated since then.
I personally raise a herd of custom suede cows.
And I just really like leather. I just always thought it was the neatest thing ever since I was a kid. And as soon as I found out that, that these guys were making a leather chainmail business, I just had to get involved.
Carl, Carrie, and I'm Roger, grew up on the same cul-de-sac.
Yeah, we did.
It was a lovely cul-de-sac. We would spend the summer evenings running about, pretending that we had authentic chainmail leather. We didn't. We were kids. We usually just had T-shirts and those little frozen colorful pops that you eat in the summer when you're kids.
Oh, but those
Yeah.
were so tasty, though.
They
Oh.
were delicious.
We tried to make,
Yes, Carrie.
remember Roger and Carl, how we used to make our own plastic chain mail from the beer can rings?
Oh, that was lovely, but not authentic.
Not authentic. You really couldn't go into battle with it.
Today, we are 120% authentic. And that's the last word on it.
That's all you need to know.
Remember the suede cows.
Suede cows.
So Carl, Carrie, or was it Roger? Doesn't matter. These here
I'm
are
friends
the
with Carl, Carrie. I am Roger. You know that? You may continue.
Right. I'm talking about the leather. That's what we're here for, you know?
Yes.
This is how you get authentic West Coast leather chainmail. You know, not with any the tools. The tools make all the difference. You know?
I must disagree. The tools, you can use any kind of tool you want, as long as you have the appropriate source.
Roger.
Robert.
Roger, are you in possession of the third largest West Coast leather chainmail in the world?
No, but I am in possession.
Are you in possession of the second largest West Coast leather chainmail in the world?
Well, I know whatever I say, you're going to say, are you in possession of the first largest?
See, I am in possession of the first largest West Coast leather chainmail in the world.
Yes.
So when I say that these tools are essential for traditional West Coast leather chainmail, there's a little bit of, oomph. A little bit of merit behind my words. Gravitas. Thank you.
Gravitas.
Gravitas. That's a nice word. Gravitas.
Yes. Gravitas. It's a poor man that has to fall back to his tools. I think the materials show through.
That was very rude.
Well, I think it was rude to say that I had terrible leather. My blue curtain back here is made of our suede cow leather.
I'm sorry. I may have misspoke. It seems to be a misunderstanding.
Oh, now we're backpedaling. Now we're backpedaling. No. Yes, I see.
Let me finish.
Okay, yeah, finish.
That's great leather. Stunning leather. The quality of that looks almost like fat. It's just so smooth. But it's not traditional West Coast leather chainmail. Speechless.
Well, I'm just trying, like your obsession with the West Coast. I'm here on the East Coast, and our suede cows are the best in the world. We don't have to qualify it by which coast we're on. Yeah.
It's not a qualification. It's a badge of pride.
A badge of pride.
It's like that little sticker that you get that shows, it's authentic. That it was made with love, care, dignity, and respect. That's what you get with West Coast leather chainmail.
Well, then in our case, we have the best West Coast leather because we care, we have pride, and we craft the best things out of it. Even though our cows grow up entirely in Florida and never pass beyond the 28th parallel. That's the north-south line.
Hey, Roger.
Yes, Carl?
Just got a call. The cows escaped.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
See, proper tools don't run away from you.
and the runaway cows are out there without their umbrellas.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Carrie's on the
Yeah.
scene, as you can see.
You can't
There-
let swayed cows get wet.
No, absolutely not. Do you know
Yeah,
which way they went?
I think they
Yeah,
headed
where-
north towards
are-
the
are you-
parallel.
Are how far north are you now, Carrie? It looks like you're pretty close to the cows.
Well, yeah. Well, I rounded up some of them and got some umbrellas over them, but
And
there's still some strays, headed towards Georgia.
I think you picked one of my old man's Carruthers miniature horses as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go and find them because it looks like it's going to rain, and I don't want them to get.
We
get
can't
wet.
get to Georgia, Browns. We just can't. If those swayed cows start eating those oranges, it's going to make their hides so bumpy and watery.
Okay, well, if I'm going up to Georgia, does anybody want me to pick up some roasted peanuts at King Frog?
Sure.
Okay.
Can you get some peaches too? They're real good there.
Well, you have to go a little
They
bit
have
further
fire
north
on.
for the peaches, but I'll see if they have any, and some onions. I'll get some Vidalia onions.
They have the fire roasted ones with the cinnamon.
Those are real good.
Yes, I will get them. But first, I'll make sure that the cows don't get wet.
I love those fire roasted cinnamon almonds almost as much as I love leather.
Got me some flowers. I got a leather hat, and I know I'm meant to be doing something else. What is it? I know Robert said not to get distracted, but I really, really like the green ones. I mean, it's just so pretty. Such a pretty leather flower.
Excuse me, you see any cows wander through here?
Yeah, about 5 minutes ago, I saw the strangest thing ever. There was like a cow with an umbrella on its head.
Oh, thank God it remembered its umbrella. Do you know which direction did it head?
Past that way.
All right, thanks much. Love the hat.
Thank you. Just made it today.
Oh, you're quite creative. Excellent
Aw.
workmanship.
Well, thank you very much. Somebody appreciates it. Robert! Oh, come on, Robert. I know you're around. I want to show you what I've done.
It better be maintaining our record as the longest, the biggest West Coast leather chainmail. That is what you have been working on for the past 5 hours, yes? Before I walk in to our workshop, which, was decorated with fine leather working tools, I'm sure when I walk in, those tools will not be on the walls, but be strewn around the workshop in use, crafting leather. And on the walls, there shouldn't be miscellaneous realities, distractions, worthless pieces of gaudy furniture.
No.
That shouldn't be on the walls.
No.
All
Everything.
right, Judy.
I made it for you.
Don't listen to him, Judy. You got to go for what you love in life. And I can see it in your eyes. I can see how much you love these leather flowers. Don't let somebody bully you just because they're in a position of power over you. I mean, look at me. I got my cinnamon fire roasted almonds, and I'm just as happy as a clam now. You got to go for what you love in life, Judy. Don't let the bastards grind you down. Even
I
if they
love
do have-
flowers.
Judy,
I love
we have
flowers
worked.
and I love hats.
That's
Judy,
right.
we have worked on this together. I love our shared mission. You can't just throw that all away for Peanut Boy here.
She's not happy, Robert. You gotta look in your eyes and see she's not happy.
It's not about being happy. It's about leaving a legacy, okay? Making something that matters. That takes hard work, blood, sweat, tears, pain, and sadness.
You know the
I have to
poem
finish this
Ozymandias?
leather chainmail on my own. I will, Judy.
You know the poem Ozymandias, Robert? Might want to look it up. Oh, I'm getting a call from Carl. I mean, Roger. Hello,
Hey, hey,
Roger.
yes, this is Roger.
Thanks for the almonds.
Oh, you're welcome. Could you maybe get up here to Georgia? I found the cows.
Got the cows.
Yeah,
Are they all
Okay.
dry?
well, they're all, yes, dry after a fashion, but they're all shopping.
Oh boy,
Mm.
that's dangerous. You
Yeah.
can't let a good suede cow get a hold of a credit card.
Uh-uh.
They'll
Yeah.
just start buying things from places like with names like King Frog and who knows what else. They just have no discretion.
Right,
I have
right.
absolutely no discretion, and I really
They
don't
don't
know.
get anything practical like Gore-Tex or anything either.
No, in fact, I think they're buying chainmail.
West Coast or East Coast?
Well, hello there, West Coast man. Well, we're on the East Coast. I suspect they're buying East Coast, unless you've been selling to the East Coast, in which case they may be buying West Coast.
You can make
Oh.
your own East Coast chainmail on the East Coast. You have to buy West Coast chainmail.
Aren't
Oh,
we
okay.
technically on the Gulf Coast, Roger?
Friends, let's not lose focus here. Now, what's important is that we get these cows rounded up. It doesn't matter who has the biggest or the smallest or the most funkiest, freshest, amazing leather in the world if we don't save those cows. And I think we can all agree on that, yes?
You're right, Carl.
You're right, Carl.
All right,
All right.
let's reconvene in front of that King Frog in 20 minutes.
Head them
Got
off at the cash register, Roger.
I'll do that. I'm in Angell, Georgia, off the interstate.
All right. Robert, Judy, pleasure working with you.
Thank you, Carl. He's just
Hey.
so sweet.
Judy, you know, watching those neighbors work together on the cows, it's really. I think I might have lost sight of why we got into this whole leather chainmail thing in the first place. I wanted to make something with you, you know, and if that's something, it has to have flowers, or if it isn't the longest, or the largest, or even West Coast, although I still kind of
Robert,
prefer to be West Coast.
Robert, I made the green ones for you. I knew you'd come round. I knew you'd see the beauty. You're my honey.
Love you too, dear.
Love you.
Well, the suede cows jumped in a lake. And there ain't nothing worse than a suede cow jumping in a lake.
Yeah. Now they're just soggy cows.
Yeah. They're just destined to be car floor mats now.
It's sad. I'm sorry I spent my time arguing with people over East Coast versus West Coast instead of watching the Sway Cows like I should have been, guys.
Well,
Oh, it's okay, Roger. You're a passionate fella.
yeah, don't be so hard on yourself.
Oh, thank you. It makes me feel good.
You
But
just got to remember to stop every once in a while in this crazy high pressure business and smell the cow patties.
Mhm.
true.
And
And
that's our
That's
show.
our show.
yay! I will, though, of course, be stopping at the Florida Welcome Center back down and getting myself a nice drink of Florida orange juice or Florida grape juice. Grapefruit juice, not grape juice.
But thank you, professionals.
Hey, thank
yeah.
you.
So, if people are looking for you on the internet, where can they find you?
Ooh.
We have a
can help.
Facebook page, The Professionals Improv, and also the YouTube, Professionals Improv.
Excellent.
Yeah. And I think when's our next show? Are we doing a show next weekend?
Next
We
Saturday.
are
Yes,
doing, yes.
Oh, I'll definitely look forward to that. Thank you for coming here, and thank you for reminding me of Kurt, which I hadn't thought about for 20 years.
Oh my God. I can't, I just remembered, like, I wasn't joking at the
Yeah,
beginning.
yeah, like literally, we would watch the X-Files and Babylon 5, and Kurt would be sitting there making chainmail the entire time. And he was
Chainmail, I
awesome.
have-
That was
for
how we got to
years.
know him. It was
Yeah.
amazing. Sorry.
No, that's no worries. That's
All
cool.
right. So, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.